I'm going to talk about how to create custom drop-down menu. So it is very easy and very simple to create a custom drop-down menu in Axure. So let's start. Here I'm going to create one demo page where I will create a custom drop-down menu. So here for custom drop-down menu we need one select and one drop-down list. So here I am giving this 40 and the same I need a drop-down list. So here this will be the list, and now we need a list. So here we can say drop-down list 1, and we can have another one, and the next we are just copying hold control and drag, it will copy. So here I have made for the 3 and then 4. So the last one, the 5th. Now we have the panel behind and the list. Here we are going to say like select from the list. And now we are going to give little look and feel. So select this and select this. We are giving radius 5 pixel. So here you can see the corner is there. So in bottom you can disable the corner. So it will be a like 5, 5 and 0, 0 pixel in bottom. Now here we are going to give this. So it is looks not a rounded corner. So here we can make it 5 pixel radius to this, and we are going to remove from the top. So now we can make this align here. Now we have this list, we are going to make it align to the left, and here will be padding from the left 10 pixel. Now this is the select from the list kind of header. We can make it little bigger, 16 pixel. Now we'll select all and we can change the font type. So font family, here I'm changed, and now we are going to give the style effect. So here select drop down list and right click. Now we have to give the selection group because it will behave like a radio. So here drop down list is the name for the selection group, and the next right click is style effect, select it, fill color, select this or any, and next font color we can make it white, so we can get the difference like selected or unselected. Say OK. Now the next I'm giving the click event. So once we have this selected suppose we click here and this list is coming, we can click on the drop down list 1, then 2, 3, 4. So any one will be the selected. For that we are giving the interaction here. So click or tap this widget, set selected checked, this widget true. So before that we are going to name it. So here it is showing a rectangle name, so here we can say drop down list 1 and then list 2, here it is 3, 4 and 5. Now the same we are going to do. Select this drop down list, click or tap, set selected checked. So this will be a this widget, or you can select drop down list 2. So this widget true, or you just copy this and paste here. So automatically it will change to the this. So this is done. Now I want, once I select this drop down list, this text should come here because I have selected this drop down list. So before that I'm going to convert this as a dynamic panel, because once I click on this it should hide and show. So here select all this and right click, create dynamic panel, and we'll give the name as a drop down list. Now the next, once I'm going to click here, it should show or hide, means it is getting toggle. So select this and new interaction, click or tap, show hide, drop down list and select toggle, say OK. So now we can preview. Before preview I'm going to hide this. So what will be the result? Here we are, select from the list, so it is working fine. Now we are going to give the set text. So once we click on the drop down list 3, it will appear here and it will close. So let's move to the set text. So this is we didn't give the name. So before that I'm going to give icon for the drop down. So we need a drop down arrow. So here we have carrot down and we can make it smaller, like 20 pixel. Yeah. Now we'll align this in middle and just 10 pixels from there. Now next, just make it color this, and now we have this select from the list. So this is the, we'll say select header. Now once we click on this drop down list name should appear here because we are going to select this. So click or tap and this select header. So first we'll take this name and click or tap. We are going to say set text. So select set text and here add target is there. So select the target which is select text. So select header will come in here and what will be the value. So value will be drop down list 1. So here I'm going to add local variable. So click on the add local variable and here text on visit and visit name is drop down list 1. So it will automatically come LVR1. You can name it if you want, otherwise it is fine. Now we need to insert here local variable so it can call there. Click on insert variable or function. Here you will get the local variable. Select LVR1 and then say OK. Now once we have given the set text, we need to close this panel. So this panel is drop down list. So now we'll write, first we'll select the visit action, so hide, and what we are going to hide drop down list. Select this and say hide. Now while we have selected text and it is going to set there, we'll give little weight, say 250 millisecond, and then hide this. Fine. Now we are going to preview this. So select from the list, here drop down list 1. This is selected, drop down list. So I'm going to implement this for all of the 5 lists. So no need to write again and again, just copy this and paste here. So it will come twice, you can delete. And one more modification we need to do, which is set text. So set text, just we need to change drop down list 2 and say OK. So see this is working or not. Here drop down list 2, yeah, it is working fine. So we'll do just copy paste. So here we can take this, click or tap, and it's better we delete this and we'll paste this. And here we can select drop down list 3. OK, done. Now this, going to delete this and paste this and change here drop down list. I think this is, so this is 4. So here I'll select the drop down list 4. So OK, done. Now 5th, delete this, paste this, and here select 5. So here is the drop down list 5. OK, done. Now preview. So here is select from the list. I have selected 5 and drop down list 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. all are working fine. Now we want to change this caret. So how we'll do that? So here we have this down, and once it is open, it should be up, or just we are going to change this color. So suppose if we are going to change this color, we have to select this and say this selection group, or yeah, or we can give this, click on this, it is going to change the state. So there are multiple ways to do that. So what is the easiest way to do? So here I'm going to convert this select from the list as a dynamic panel. This is the easiest way to create. And then here we have this state which is having the down arrow. Now we will create, just duplicate this state 2, which will have this arrow. Either we are going to change the color or just move it up and down. So this is the state 1. We are going to make it this control and move up. This is the state 1. Now state 2, this is down, and here I am giving color as this, means drop down is visible. Now in state 1, drop down is not visible. So here already we have this toggle visibility drop down list. So we need to add some more event here. Now once I will click on this, what should be, first it will toggle and then set panel state. So we are going to change this state. So this is select state. So select dynamic panel, and the next, once we click on here, it is saying state panel select DP to state 2. Fine. Now I'm going to give interaction here. So toggle is happening. Now set panel state, select DP to state 1. It's done. And here we have the select header. We are giving name as 1, and here select header is having, okay, so 1, and here in state 2 we are giving 2. Next, so we have given the set text here, which we are going to add header 2 also, because it will appear the same drop down list, which is selected 1. So first we'll preview this. So we will preview here, select from the list, drop down list open. Now list 1, it's not getting reflected, but here it is reflecting because we didn't give this header. So we'll add this header. It is same easy. So how we'll add here state 2 which is having select header 2. Just copy this name, come to the list, and here set text, add target, is this select header 2. So here we are going to select again, but you just write here 1. Now it is done. Say OK and preview. So select from the list 1. Something is missing. So here drop down list, and oh, both is header. So this is select, we can paste this and select header 2. So it is not getting reflected. This is select from the list, target select header 1, and again we need to write this. So this is drop down list 1 and LVR1. Okay, so here is header 2 and here 1. Okay, so we'll preview drop down list 1. It is coming in this state also and active state also. Fine. So same we'll do in other list also. So we'll just copy this and to delete this and paste. So here we are saying drop down list 2 done, and here again we are going to change drop down list 2 done. So same, just copy set text and paste this, change it here, drop down list, drop down list 3, okay, done, and here also drop down list 3, say okay and done. Now for the 4, drop down list 4, now for the 5, so here it is now done. So we can preview this. Here drop down list 5, it is selected one, and when it is open then also it is showing drop down list 5. So here we need to write again the same on click event for the drop down list 1 2 3 4 5. And suppose if we have a lot of drop down list, so what we will do? So for this dynamic panel here, like we have just a 5, and what we can do here, like suppose we have the 10, so we'll select this, and now this is a dynamic panel where we can say the interaction, and here the style, which is saying never scroll, fit to content and all. So dynamic panel, this never scroll will make as a scroll vertical, and the next will just copy, and before that go to outline this rectangle, make it long, and after increase the height we are going to take this and not this. So hold and control and paste this. Now next I'm going to name it 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and here is the rectangle which we can increase the height. Now this is the radius, so here we are going to remove the radius and we'll lock this. Select all this, and we can, so the same way we can save the text, and here we have this list. So now if we want it like a drop down list 5, it is 5 and the scroll will appear. So we'll hide this and we'll preview. So here we have, so drop down list 10, it is appearing now. 2, it is coming. 3, it's fine. So here in dynamic panel we are creating and we are writing for the 8 list this interaction. If we want just need to write once, we can use the repeater, which is the same, just we need to use the repeater instead of dynamic panel. So here this is using the dynamic panel, and once we are going to create with the repeater, it will be very easy and there's no need to make it. Here you will get the style and you can write the data. So let's do it in repeater. So now we are going to create in repeater. For that, just we are taking this and from here we are going to take this. Just copy this and close, or either just copy this and here drop down list 1. So what we need to do, just we have to take the repeater widget. So suppose here repeater widget, just copy or cut, go to repeater, delete this and paste this. Now here we have the old list which we are going to delete. So automatically repeater reflect this drop down list 1, 2. So how it is happening, here we have the style and repeater, here is a column. So you can say label or you can give any name, and here drop down list, so we need to enter the name. So suppose this is drop down list 1 and here let's just paste 1, then here drop down list 2, 3, number of drop down list we can show here and no need to add any interaction in all, just we need to add in a single level. So it is 5 6. Oh, I'm repeating this. 4 5 6, now 7 8, and then so make it 10, so 9 and then 10. So here it is showing just drop down list 1. It is not reflecting whatever we are giving or entering here the label name. So how we will do that? Just this item loaded, set text and target. So where we are going to set the text. So here is the repeater list, and this one is the name as a drop down list one. So you just say drop down list, copy this and set text. So here set text is that name, which is not this one. This is under the repeater, so select this drop down list and here the value. So value will be coming from the repeater. So here we are not going to select the add local variable. Here we are going to take from the repeater, which is item.label, and say OK. And then we have here Onclick. So here it is saying set text and this, and then wait and hide the drop down list. So now I'm going to remove this old one from here, and we can keep this aligned. So here we are going to change this. This is drop down list 1 2 3 and say, and while we are going to click on tab, here we are saying 1 2 3 toggle, and here also same 1 2 3 toggle. Now preview. So here we have drop down list 2. Oh, set text, we need to change this, and we need to change one more thing, which is we need to make it the radio. So here it is very easy, no worries. So this is a repeater where it is saying isolate radio groups. Just uncheck this, and the second correction we need to do here, it is select TP123. I think I have given name on this, no, this, and here select header is 1 2 3 and state 2, which is 1 2 3 4. Now come here, and while click, so on click, select header 2, whereas we have the target, select header 1 2 3 and we have target 1 2 3 4, this one. Say OK, and now we need to change here the value. So how we'll change this? So select from the list, set text. Okay, just make it more simple. So set text, and here it is LVR1. So we have this two header and here LVR 1. Now we no need to do the local variable. Just close this and remove this. Say item.label. Okay. And here also you can say item.label. Okay. And so now what will happen? It will take the selected one, which is either of list 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will take this value and it will reflect there, the easiest way. You can see here, you're not going to write for the all list just one place and it is getting changed. So repeater is the easiest way to make it this drop down list. Suppose if we have the 100 numbers, so we are not going to write for the 100, just we are writing for the single one. And here suppose now 10 is there, we are going to add the 11th one. So here 11, then 12. Now we'll preview, and here it is 11th, and here it is 12. And here we need to write in dynamic panel. So we'll use the dynamic panel once like when we have the list, so we can use the dynamic panel. But if we have the huge amount of list, so we'll use the repeater, and it will work same. So guys, how is the lesson for the custom drop down list, and what is your suggestion, which technique you are going to use, dynamic panel or repeater? So see you in the next lesson. Thank you very much.